One of my favorite ship designs in the Halo franchise is the Gladius-Class Corvette. I don't know what attracts me to this space boat, but I knew I had to make it into a prefab, so here it is, the Gladius-Class Corvette. When it comes to lore for this old girl, you'd be surprised to know that she fought before the Human Covenant war against the Insurrectionists, and she is still in active service in the war against the Banished. At 243 meters long, or 797 feet, the Gladius is the smallest UNSC warship to be fitted with a spinal-mounted mech. Aside from that fat mech cannon, other weapons on the ship include 2 Archer missile pods and 6 Rampart point defense guns. You wouldn't believe how happy I was when I found out this old bird uses the M870s. Because I've actually made a prefab for the M870s for a different project I'm working on. So you can imagine I was pretty over the moon when I found out I didn't have to make a whole new gun for this flying brick. But unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, these guns are pretty detailed, so you have to add them on separately and individually. Now don't you worry boys, I got one more add-on up my sleeve, and this one was made just for the Gladius. This here is the Gladius hangar module. Now there's no real source to prove this ship even had a hangar, but there's no official image of the underside of the vessel, so I kind of took that information and I got a bit creative with it. It's a pretty tight fit, but you can fit 6 wasps in here comfortably. That's a weird word, wasps. Wasps. Anyways, you can fit 6 of those AV-22 gunships in here comfortably. Now, I haven't made this prefab yet, but I think a D-8-2 data dropship would fit in this hangar perfectly if you clamped it to the roof. That's just a little thought for your handsome little head. Now, another detail you might see here is the mech housing. It runs along the entire roof in case you forget this ship is built around a gigantic gun. You will find air traffic control on the upper deck of this module, and below that, you will find what's wrong with me? Below that, you will find 4 landing pads, and across on the other side of the hangar, you will find 2 more landing pads. You will find an open room attached to these 2 landing pads. And I'm not sure what specific purpose this room serves, but it's got 2 terminals, and I think that's neat. Now, to wrap up this module, we've got this large multi-purpose space. I left it empty. You can do what you want with it. It's multi-purpose, man. Now, as with the majority of my builds, I've tried to make this as close to lore accurate size as I can, so even though this is a smaller UNSC ship, it still will take up a pretty big chunk of your map, so just be wary of that. I'm very excited to see how you use this in your Forge maps. I put a lot of work into this, and it would make me so happy to see it put to good use. If you like my builds, don't forget to like and subscribe. I've always got more on the way. Thanks.